Okay, so I'm going to show you fairly quickly how we go from paper EvilTester cartoon into print, right? Because I mean, I don't, I'm not a professional, right? So what I do is I have kind of big, EvilTester cartoons come anywhere essentially. So I have some scribbled cartoons on big bits of paper. I have scribbled cartoons in just cheap notepads, and you are being lied to. Cheap things, and these eventually get scanned in. Now, not all of these are in the book. A lot of these have been used in presentations, so only a select few people have seen these. But the basic principle is, I start with some rough idea, some rough drawing, scribbledy thing. Then what I do is I redraw that on paper. So let's look at the tools of the trade here. So what we have is I've got my draft here. Let's see if I can lift this up. So you can see here there's a draft image. And this is in the book. This is one of the cartoons that's in the book. It's pretty rough. We haven't done much to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate the process of moving that into the book. I'm at a slightly strange angle here, but hey, this is the first time I've done this. So my tools of the trade are some paper. Normally I'll do this on card if it's going to be a proper one. I've got a pencil, one of the ones that go chick, 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 and the ink comes out the side. Got my trusty NASA space pen if I need to do inking. Normally when I'm doing inking, I'll use Sharpies. So I've got the big ink, that's what I normally ink with. And if I'm being really careful, I'll use the thin Sharpie, but very often it's Mr. Big. He's the one that gets used. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly, in fact I'm not even going to replicate this exactly. I'm just going to quickly draw the kind of EvilTester that we'd expect. So not hard to draw, to be honest, which is good because I'm not, now normally I'd be better than this, but I'm at a really bad angle. So let's stick him in. There's his nose, there's the mouth, and Captain Chubby, there we go. And normally the process would go on like that. I would continue to ink there, or pencil, then we'll ink. Now the pencil lines are simply there to guide me. I don't have to stick to them exactly, which allows me to make additional changes and edits just in the there we go. I tend not to worry about doing it too carefully, simply because we're going to scan it in and stick it in the computer anyway. So this is the clever bit. We've done pencil, we've done ink, we take Captain Eraser and get rid of the pencil. And I'm sure there's more professional ways of doing this with blue pencil and scanning and using the graphic tools better, but that's not the world that I inhabit. So got rid of that. That would be good enough. Then I would use this scanner, and for the purposes of this, in order to control it more, I just use this Canon Lide 220 USB scanner. It's fast enough for this. Open it up, stick it in, scan. I'm kind of going to do some Blue Peter. Here's one I did earlier. But if we skip over to the computer screen, I use paint.net. So on Windows I use paint.net. The reason I use paint.net is, I mean, it's good. I don't have a fairly complicated need from my art tools. What I like about paint.net is I can come in, I can do acquire from scanner, and it will scan directly into paint.net, and then I can start from there. So what tends to happen is, I mean, here's the kind of finished version of the draft that you saw. I'll bring it into paint.net and then I'll start cleaning it up in here. I'll edit it. I had to edit this to move the it a little bit further away from the do. Let's zoom in here and you can see this. So my writing wasn't very good, so I've stuck some dots in there in order to make these a little bit clearer. It's not super professional, but you know, we're going all gonzo on this and we're taking, it's EvilTester. This is what we're doing. It's EvilTester and you're getting raw EvilTester in the book. So that's a fairly quick overview of how we stick the EvilTester cartoons in the book. I mean, what I have to do, oh by the way, let's just quickly go through this. Images for LeanPub have to be 300 dots per inch. So all I do is I resize this to 300 dots per inch. It's in the right format and then I can save it out to the right size in PNGs and everything else. If I need to change sizes and things, by the way, the tool that I use is Riot. This is a great image optimization tool. Let me just take a quick example. Let's save this out. File, not going to worry too much about the size. 92 kilobytes. That's quite good. Let's bring that into Riot. So I've loaded in the PNG. It's tried to convert it to JPEG. It's too big. Let's convert it to PNG, see what happens. Now, this is a bigger file than I normally do. You can see the PNG that's come out of paint.net, we've managed to reduce it to 40K. It's not as important for the books because we want a high enough resolution, but when I'm going stuff out into the web, I use Riot to resize or to reduce the file size of the images. So there you go. Pro tips on how to draw your own cartoons. And you too could start competing in the EvilTester cartoon space, which wouldn't be hard, to be honest. Remember, dear EvilTester, coming soon.